All right, you guys. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to make a complete tutorial for beginners, for those who are, interested in learning more about Amazon FBA, but perhaps don't have $2,000 for the Private Label Accelerator Program. Obviously, this is not going to contain all the information that you'll need to be, extremely successful. I would highly recommend the Private Label Accelerator course because obviously that provides mentorship. It provides a click-by-click proven pathway to success with selling on Amazon. But I do want to provide content for those who are interested and perhaps just want more information. So I'm going to be doing a complete step-by-step tutorial over the course of the next week or so to provide value to you guys for those who are interested in learning more about Amazon FBA. And as I do this, the very first video, this one right now, is going to be an Amazon FBA high-level overview because I think it's important before we dive into kind of all the nitty and gritty things and the step-by-step type things that many of you are looking for, you take a second to step back and really understand what Amazon FBA is, what it requires, and why it's such a great business model. So I literally just threw together this PowerPoint. It's nothing sexy, but it will deliver the content that you need in order to kind of understand what this is all about. And like I said, I'm totally new to this Instagram and YouTube stuff. And so I hope that a lot of this content gets better over time. But again, just bear with me. The presentation, the look of it may not be anything wild, but the content is solid and it is what you need to hear. So, like I said, just threw together this PowerPoint and I wanted to share it with you guys. So today we're going to be going over Amazon FBA high-level overview. And obviously the very first question that everyone's going to have is, what is Amazon FBA, right? Of course, everybody wants to know what it is. The FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. And I'm going to get to what that means here momentarily, but when anyone says Amazon FBA, they're saying Amazon, Fulfillment by Amazon. And essentially, this is a way for ordinary people like you and me watching right now. It's a way for ordinary people to sell products on Amazon's platform. And there are really three major steps to this. And the tutorial that I'm going to be giving you guys throughout the course of the next week or two is going to comprise these different steps in a lot more detail. But again, high level. This is high level overview. Essentially what you do is you find a product, get it sourced for super cheap, and then you resell it on Amazon. Okay? It's not rocket science. And these steps result in a fully automated business that produces passive income. Now, passive income may be one of the most important things that everybody has to have. And for those of you who do not know what passive income is, I just copied and pasted this from online. Passive income is income that requires little to no effort to earn and maintain. It is called progressive passive income when the earner expands little effort to grow the income. So yes, you guys are going to put forth the smallest amount of effort to get an extraordinary amount of results, also known as income in this scenario. And Warren Buffett, if you don't know him, go Google him after this. But he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. It's one of my favorite quotes. It's completely about passive income, and I would listen to him if I were you. It is absolutely critical that we all find a way to make money while we sleep. And Amazon FBA is a great way to do that. Literally every single day I wake up to have, already made tons of money, which is super cool. So I kind of went over this already, but I'm going to go into it a little bit more detail now. What are the steps of Amazon FBA? So you'll find a product using a product research software. Again, high level, guys. I'm going to be showing you a lot more about this later, so just bear with me. You are going to get that product sourced in bulk for extremely low prices. You'll ship it to an Amazon warehouse, create a listing on Amazon, and then essentially watch the money flow as people buy your product. And Amazon will pay you every single 2 weeks. So how much does it actually cost to start an Amazon FBA business? Well, the Private Label Accelerator course is $2,000. The product research software that's going to actually help you determine what product to sell is about $60 a month. I always recommend a bare minimum of $1,500 for inventory, and then to actually ship your product right now with COVID, it's about $500 to $1,000 with that type of inventory purchase. Obviously, it scales and varies. Advertising is optional, but typically I recommend around $25 to $100 a day, and obviously that's going to lead to conversions and more sales for you, so it's not money wasted. Photography is optional. You can take pictures of your product yourself, or you can pay someone else to do it through the Private Label Accelerator Program, and that's typically $200. And then to create an LLC, which is also critical, it's not 100% mandatory though, but through the Private Label Accelerator Program, we do have a partnership with a company based out of Utah that will do your LLC for you, get it all set up for $200. So that's approximately, $4,000 to $5,000 over the course of 1 to 2 months. You don't pay that all in one day, right? It's spread out over a 1 to 2 month period. Now, you may be asking yourself, is spending $4,000 to $5,000 worth it, or where will that $2,000 worth of inventory actually get me? And I wanted to break this down and actually show you guys how much money you can make. And obviously, this is like a really, really good scenario. This doesn't happen for every single one of my students. All of my students are different. Some of them work a lot harder than others. Some make a lot more than others. But ultimately, I will say this: your success is determined by how hard you work, how well you follow the program that I provide to you. You kind of, you reap what you sow, you get out what you put in. I'm a very big believer in that. But let's just go over the hypothetical scenario, right? And this is best case scenario. And I'm just being blatantly honest with you guys. Let's say that you purchased $2,000 worth of inventory. That includes 500 units at $4 to make and ship. You then take those 500 units and you resell on Amazon for, let's say, a starting price of $30. That will produce $15,000 worth of revenue. We expect at least a 30% margin for your very first shipment. So 0.3, 30% times 15,000 would make you a $4,500 profit. So already that $2,000 investment has now made you $4,500 in your first 2 months of selling. Okay, then what? Right? You've made $4,500. Now what? So let's say that you are wise with your money and you continually invest it, and you put $4,500 worth of profit. Let's say that you use that $4,500 worth of profit to get another 1,125 units at $4, right? 1,125 times 4 equals 4,500. You then sell those 1,125 units at $35 each on your next order. You've now gathered some reviews, you've got proof, you figured out your advertising a little bit, you can up your price. 1,125 times 35 is $39,375 revenue. Again, that is not going in your pocket, guys. That is the amount of sales that you had. That we then expect to have a 35% margin, on your second shipment, because then you've produced more reviews. You have a lot more reviews. You've figured out your advertising even more. You're a little bit more ranked now. And so that $39,375 worth of revenue turns into $13,781 worth of profit within your first 3 to 4 months of selling. Now, where are you by, let's say, 6 months, right? Let's say that you've invested that $13,781, and now you've gotten 3,445 units at $4 a unit, and now you want to sell those at $40, which you can because you have gathered even more reviews. You're even higher ranked. You've got so much exposure. That $3,445 selling at $40 will then produce $137,800 worth of revenue times 40% margin. Again, the margins go up. There is a threshold. I don't see it getting more than 50%, honestly, because Amazon does take a fee. You have to pay for your inventory, shipping, things like that, and that's how we get to that 40% mark. But with a 40% margin, you will then produce $55,120 worth of profit. So your initial $2,000 on inventory by 6 months has the potential to become $55,120 in profit. And that's a rough estimate. Some students make a lot more than that. Some do not. Again, you get out what you put in, you reap what you sow. So if you really want to make that, you can. But if you're going to kind of half-ass it, to be honest, you're not going to make that money. So it's like everything in life. So it's just kind of remember that, you guys. So that is a 2,656% increase on your $2,000 investment within 6 months. Okay, absolutely incredible. But if I was going to be extremely conservative, someone's asked me what's the bare minimum that I'm going to make within 6 months, which you should never think like that. You should think about what's the most amount that I'm going to make. That's what a winner thinks. That's how a winner thinks. And anyways. If I was going to be very conservative, I would say somewhere around 25 to 30K within 6 months. That is not hard to do whatsoever. Anyone that is literally willing to just follow instructions within the Private Label Accelerator Program can do that. That is no problem. But again, I'm going to say it a million times. I have to. You get out what you put in. So I want to kind of let's discuss the competitors of investing, right? So we just talked about investing in an online business, Amazon FBA. That gives you a 2,656% increase on your 2K investment within 6 months, okay? Now, what is the average increase on stocks and real estate? With stocks, I just screenshotted this from online. Within 1 year, the average stock market return is about 10% per year for nearly the last century. And guess what? You need a lot more money to make money in stocks than you do Amazon FBA, and that's 100% accurate facts. I don't want to hear anyone tell me that's not true, because it is. What about real estate, right? The average home value increase per year is around 3.5 to 3.8% per year. Now, I know some of you may argue, well, I'm going to rent out the house, totally fine. Yeah, you will make a little bit more in that scenario. For me, thinking about real estate, it's just so much of a hassle. Yeah, you can go find some management company to do it all for you, but it takes so much money to get involved in real estate, and it's a lot of legal stuff that you have to learn. It's just not my cup of tea, to be honest. I would not see myself ever getting involved in real estate. So again, you can either take a 2,656% increase on a 2K investment, or you can do what a lot of other people say to do, invest in stocks when, let's be honest, you don't know a lot about them, and invest in real estate and get a 10% or around a 4% return within a year. And obviously this was just 6 months, you guys, so imagine what it would be in a year, a lot more. So many of you are like, holy cow, that sounds awesome. I want that, right? But you're probably asking, how hard is it? How big of a risk is it? It's really not that big of a risk if you just learn to follow instructions. We have like I said, I provide an awesome course that I've spent I don't know thousands, but hundreds and hundreds of hours to create, and it's called the Private Label Accelerator Program. Private Label Accelerator is just another fancy term for Amazon FBA. And essentially, we've compiled it to a variety of different videos that you can watch at any time you please. And it's all just completely step-by-step, showing you exactly what you need to do. They're all pre-recorded, uploaded, and updated all the time to make sure that you guys are getting the very best information possible. We also have a Facebook group right here. Let me open it up for you guys really quick so that you can see it. With students who interact, engage, ask questions, help each other out, so on and so forth. So you do have a community. Again, here's a student right here. A part of the program is you get one-on-ones with me and weekly Q&A calls with the entire team so that you are not led astray. And you guys, like I said, here's your one-on-one calls that you can book on the left side, weekly Q&A recordings that we upload here. You truly do have everything that you need to succeed through the Private Label Accelerator Program. Really, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of sitting down, watching videos, taking notes, and implementing them. That's really all there is to it. So let's go ahead and just recap what we talked about today. So Amazon FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. Amazon will store, pick, pack, and ship your products on your behalf. I think I mentioned earlier I was going to go over that. I don't know if I did, so I'm going to do it now. This is why it's such an automated business, is because once you get your inventory to an Amazon warehouse, Amazon does all of the heavy lifting for you. They will, like I said, right in front of us, they store the product in their warehouse. They will pick it from the shelves, they'll pack it up, and they'll ship it to your customers, and they'll handle any returns. So literally all you have to do is really just find a product and purchase like a bulk amount, a lot of it, and get it shipped to an Amazon warehouse, create a simple listing, and you're good to go. So like I said, fully automated, passive income, crazy returns. Anyone can do it with a small upfront investment, you guys. It's changed my life, and I've seen it change so many other people's lives as well. Remember, you get out what you put in. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free to DM me through the Private Label Accelerator Instagram page. More than happy to answer them. Or if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. More than happy to answer them as well. I will say that anybody that you refer to the program, we give you $500 straight back into your pocket. You can use this to put towards inventory, or just, whatever, go spend it on stuff that you don't really need but you want it. So we do want to always find ways to give back to our students, and I don't want people to think about our referral program as a way to only make money, but truly as a way to help others start an online business so that they can make a lot of money as well. So anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me, and I will see you in the next videos to come.